Hi guys. Um, you caught me in my prayer closet. I felt like I should do a follow-up to the video that I had done a little over a month ago. Um, that was a very emotionally raw video. For those that have seen it, I appreciate you watching it. I've debated on whether or not to take it down. I haven't even been able to rewatch it all the way through. I've managed to watch the first few minutes of it and I get really anxious and start to think about taking it down, and I really don't feel I should because that's where I was and that's what needed to be said. I know there are numerous people out there that are struggling, and if I can help just one with my vulnerability and my heart, then that's the one I'll help. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I had a pretty good childhood, I thought. Um, However, I was bullied a lot. Um, there was sexual trauma from a very young age. Um, I watched both parents get married numerous times. I watched a lot of stuff. However, I did not realize it was for my purpose. And I realized last night after a women's Bible study that it's not a purpose. I have what was it called? I have a mission. I have an assignment. That's what it was, an assignment. Um, and my assignment is greater than anything I could ever have imagined. Anyway, so I'm sitting in this prayer closet that I have made myself. It's actually the half bath by the garage at my landlord's, and it's a very interesting setup. If you care to see it, I'll have to show it to you sometime. Not tonight, though. I've made it a safe place for me. I feel secure where I can come in and I can just sit and be with God. Granted, he's all around me all the time and he's in me, and I hear him a lot lately. A lot more than I used to. I'm more accepting now than I was. I've had a lot of good women in my life, and even a couple of older brothers to guide me in this walk. You know, I came down here and I felt completely alone. I couldn't understand why God would remove me the way he did from South Carolina. But he knew that I needed to be trained, and he knew that I wasn't going to find that training or get that quietness being in South Carolina, because there was a lot going on there, and there's still a lot going on there. However, I am able to handle it differently now. So he came down here and met me here and trained me, and he's still training me. I feel Florida is my training ground. It's kind of cool. Being content with where I'm at. I am so homesick. I miss South Carolina so much. I miss the man I love. I miss my daughter. I miss my mom. I miss the things I know. You know, I miss I miss the beautiful Lexington County sunsets over the lake. I miss being able to go to the flea market. Don't ask. I miss fried chicken livers. Yeah, that's an interesting one to miss, huh? Anyway, you know, a lot has happened down here, and I feel God has shown me the woman that he's originally had created me to be. Anyway, so this is a follow-up for that last video, and I've come into a new place. I'm content with who I am. I'm content with not having prophecies spoken over me by people. I'm content. I'm happy because I know that God is my accountability partner. I know that He is the one that I can depend on. I know that He will never forsake me, and that all that pain that I went through was for the greater good. Because if I had not had gone through that pain most of my life, whether it be from a decision that was not mine, or whether it be from my own decisions, consequences that I had, I know that He allowed that to happen to me because it needed to be used to help someone else eventually. Down here, I've had many people reach out to me, many women, and it's completely not me. It's all God, because the things that they say and about me, it still floors me today. I'm honored to be used as a vessel for Him, for God's glory. You know, my daughter has actually been reaching out to me over the past few days, and that means more to me than anyone will know. You know, she has her own battles, and it was at my hand that most of those battles have occurred. She saw me in active addiction and alcoholism, but now she doesn't have to see that. She sees a woman and where I came from. And you know, a couple days ago, she actually told me that she likes learning from me, and I was again floored. And I can only give her some of the word that I had gotten of how I got here. You know, I let her know about inner healings. Now, granted, the VA was able to get me to a spot where I could come down here and do inner healings, because I don't feel personally that these are things that I would have been able to handle prior to getting some kind of basic therapy at the VA. I went through a year of intensive outpatient therapy there, and then ended up here and went through 6 inner healings so far at about 3.5, 4 hours each. And boy, did they pull some roots out. But I am so beyond blessed and honored and grateful for the women that have been by my side. And I don't even think they realize it. Chris is a really, really intricate part of my walk. And she's all the way in South Carolina. Carolyn, another intricate part of my walk. She was done inner healings for me. Anyway, these women have taught me what it means to be a woman of God. You know, there's numerous intercessors that are teaching me how to do my intercession, because it's a gift that I didn't realize I had. There's so many things going on, and I'm so honored to take part of this walk. Wow. Even some of the brothers have helped me to see certain things. There's one name that pops into my head, and that's Paul. Not my Paul, but a brother Paul, he and his wife are amazing. And I don't ever really get to talk to her, but I have questions for him a lot. And the Bible says we can turn to our brothers. So I have. But I've learned discernment is not a gift. It is something that we're all given. We just have to listen to it. And we know how to use it. We discern the spirits around us. And once we can do that, we're able to move forward a little bit more. As far as intercession goes, if you look over here, I've got, Chris told me to start putting them on the wall. Actually, she didn't tell me that. She told me that's what she did. And I'm like, usually I put them over here in this little jar and shut it. But I started putting them on the wall. Oh, and I have my little patch on. If anybody wants to know about this, it's an amazing, amazing vitamin patch. Anyway, completely different subject. I just know that I'm blessed. And I know that whatever God has got in front of me will come to fruition. And I know the prayers and I know what He has told me. And today I don't have to have somebody lay hands on me and speak words of knowledge over me. Because they already have. The prophets have already spoken. And yes, there are false prophets. And yes, prophets are, quote, a dime a dozen. I've heard that a couple of times. And when you know, you know. You know, you know. It's just in your gut. And I asked for dreams, for example. I kept asking for God to send me these dreams because I wanted to be a dreamer. And guess what? I have at least 3 a week. And next to my bed is my phone, and I'll pick it up in the middle of the night and just spit out what the dream is, and then I go back to sleep. There are also some times where I'll get woken up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and usually I believe that's the fourth watch. That's supposedly when, the darker side is more active, and the intercessors need to be more active. So God says, hey, wake up, time to wake up. And sometimes I get woke up at 12 o'clock and don't go back to bed. And that's okay. I'm getting used to it. But this thing helps. Anyway. Let's see. So I guess I shared all that to say where I was a month ago in the last video that was posted, the very emotionally raw one. I'm not there anymore. I feel like I've elevated to someone else now. By God's hand, He has put me in a different spot emotionally. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the covering that I have at my church. Revive is an amazing place to learn and to be fed and to be able to take it back out to others. I've been to so many other places. Aim for the Heart Ministries has taught me so much about being bold. Pastor Angela she's a woman after God's own heart. I admire so many people around me. And I just pray to honor them. And I pray to honor what they've done for me. I pray to honor God's will in my life. I don't want to disappoint. I want to be who He wants me to be. And I'm going to strive for that today. And I'm going to continue to walk towards it. Strive's probably not a good word. I'm just going to continue to walk. And I encourage you to do the same. Never give up. Never lose hope. Endurance is a gift that Paul was given in the Bible, and it was not an easy gift to take. But he did it, and so will we. It's all about unity in the body. And once we have unity in the body, nothing can stop us. And this nation will rise, and the Constitution will be upheld, and we will see so much light that only God can be given the glory. I pray that you all have a blessed evening. And just keep your head up. You are loved unconditionally by the Father. In Jesus' name, walk it out. God bless.